13 Cards is a Russian indie animated series created by Fedor Nikitello and directed by Vanya Tail. It's about Fyodor, who was given a magic deck of cards that allowed him to summon 8 clones. He wanted them to do things for him, like chores and homework, but they ended up all having their own personalities and goals, and they wouldn't listen to him. The clones are Gabriel, Kuramaku, Dante, Felix, Varu, Brawley, Romeo, and Spade. In the first episode, Fyodor returns home to find that the clones have destroyed his apartment. When questioned, they explain that they used paint to divide the apartment into 8 sectors for themselves, leaving him his bedroom. Fyodor demands that they have the place clean by the time he comes back, leaving to get pesticide, and he threatens to send them back to the card world if they don't listen, which none of them want. Kuramaku and Brawley clean up Fyodor's room, while Dante and Romeo and Felix do laundry. But Varu, being a troublemaker, replaced the laundry detergent with bubble bath, which ended up making the washer machine explode and cover the whole apartment in bubbles. Varu had thought that he'd won, thinking the bubbles were green, but it was pointed out to him that they were actually white, and he had to take off his tinted glasses to see that. Afterwards, Spade ended up cleaning up the whole apartment with vigor, which is funny since he said earlier that he hated taking orders, but clearly he is the one who hates the idea of going back to the card world the most. In episode 2, Fyodor was on his way out, to work or school I don't know, when Varu spilled something on one of his comic pages. Fyodor flipped out and told the clones that they had to make comics to present to him by the time he got back. And to actually make them do this, he took the wires to the TV so they'd have nothing else to entertain themselves with. The majority of the episode is spent on the clones working on their various projects. Varu steals most of the papers so that he can trace manga from the internet, thinking that he's a genius doing this. Brawley draws something wholesome, only for Romeo to ruin it with lewd shit. Spade has a good idea for a comic, but he cannot draw, so he makes Brawley draw the idea for him. Kuramaku can't even figure out what to make, so he ends up spending all of his time trying to find out what the perfect comic would be, using statistics and math. Felix uses his time to make a short animation using a gacha lifestyle app. Dante goes to sleep in Fyodor's bed for some reason, and Gabriel is out spending time with one of Fyodor's neighbors. At the end of the day, they show their works to Fyodor. He judges Felix's animation, calls Varu out on tracing, is horrified by Romeo's creation, tells Spade his story is generic, then Kuramaku says the perfect comic doesn't exist, which Fyodor agrees with. And finally, Gabriel makes something absolutely amazing, but we don't get to see it because Varu ruins it on purpose. Because he's a gremlin. As I was making this video, episode 3 actually came out, which just shows how long I was working on this video. That episode is my favorite so far, but since I don't feel like working on this for even longer, I'm not going to give an overview of episode 3. Genuinely, I recommend you watch the series yourself. The episodes are in Russian, so you'll have to watch with subtitles, but it's worth it for the awesome experience. I hope you guys liked the video and have a fantastic day, everyone!